you all go downstairs. And it is a little past dawn. And there is a young woman sitting at the same table that Dimitri was sitting at. And she is wrapped up in a pale blue, soft cloth cloak. It is obviously designed to be more decorative than practical, because in dirty surroundings like this, every eye is drawn to her. And you don't know what color her skin is or what color her hair is yet, because she's holding itself tight and she's wrapped up and she's shivering violently.
That is an insight of 18.
This girl is terrified and she wants to run, but she's told to stay here.
Okay. Hoping with my insight, put two and two together. Walks over to the table. Like I'm supposed to be there. Totally normal, cheerful morning.
Her side of her head slightly tilts towards you.
You must be Anastasia? Question mark? I turn to look.
Her eyes are cloudy and white.
I've met a blind person before. I'm pretty confident about that. I mean, in my field of work, I've met all kinds of people. Oh, is it just the sight, or is it also...
She starts to sign something that you do not understand.
Can you write? Oh dear.
The door slams open, and Dimitri comes stumbling in. He is bloodied and shredded, practically, and he's just like...
Oh!
Oh, you're still here, thank goodness.
We just woke. Are you okay?
I come over. I'm fine.
I do a medicine check.
So happy.
Ooh, I rolled very well. 18 plus 4. 22.
He is almost sliced to ribbons. So many claws have been slashed around him. And this girl runs up to him, she slaps him in the chest. He's like, fuck, please don't do that. Anastasia, don't do that. And she continues to just slap him in the chest, and then she goes to walk out the door, and he's like, just a second. Irina! And he runs after her, and she is continuing to run through the mud back towards that direction.
Looking at the two of you guys.
You're pointing at things. Alright, you point, I'll follow.
Yeah, you can carry heavier things than me. Here. And I kind of make you carry the cart with all the shit on it. We probably put it in the wagon on our way. Just so it's there, we're not having to carry it.
Gustavo will give chase.
Okay. You catch up pretty easily. It's really not... Dimitri is incredibly injured, and this girl is blind and not very strong. He actually, even in his state, manages to catch up to her and grab her by the shoulders and turn around. It's like, we have to go! And she's shaking her head violently and, slapping at him. And it's like, you don't get... Don't use that kind of language with me. She's, signing in his face. It's like, don't use that kind of language with... Hey! And she manages to get away from him and run all the way back to the Burgomaster's manor. The gates are torn off their hinges. The walls are broken down, and blood spatters the area. Guards lay dead, eviscerated, torn in two, and at the very courtyard, where the lobby itself, the front of the house has practically been torn off. And she runs inside, and she goes into what looks like a drawing room. And Ismark stumbles and falls. Dimitri stumbles and falls, and he has trouble getting back up. But you see her disappear into the wrecked house. What do you do?
I actually run past the brother. I have a package clutched in my hand, and I had you carry a box. I told you to take it to Dimitri.
Yes.
But I'm carrying a package, and I run past everyone into the house, and I'm following the girl.
You follow her past bloodstained halls and soot.
I'm doing that thing where I'm just like not. I refuse to look.
You pass something that is swarming with flies. But keep going. Mm-hmm. And you round the corner into the drawing room, and you see, again, her familiar blue cloak draped back over her shoulders, and you see long, curling, beautiful auburn hair over one shoulder, almost to her waist. She is an exquisite-looking young woman, barely a day past 19. Younger than you. And you're young.
Yeah, she's like 3 years younger than me.
And she has her head buried in her arms on the edge of a makeshift coffin. And you see the slightly hollowed face of a nobleman, wrapped in his own cloak, with a blue field and a white lily and rapier. House of the crest of House Indirovich. Burgomaster Kolian Indirovich is dead.
I'm gonna go up to the girl, and then we can drop to you two going up to Dimitri. But I'm just gonna, because I'm not doing much, I'm just gonna go over to her. I slowed my running to more of a calm walk so she could hear me. Like I'm purposely taking steps so she can hear me. Irina? It's okay. It is okay. My name is Katya. And I kind of have her take my hand, like she did. My name is Katya. Katya Moonshine. I am in this study.
You see tears are streaming down her face.
I know what you're going through. I lost my uncle 3 days ago. He's the one who raised me. I have no other family. So I know that it is hard.
She bares her teeth and inhales angrily, and while she's still crying, she's signing something rapid and angry and flustered.
I wish I could understand you. Hold on, wait. Actually, hold on. Wait.
You have a spell.
I think I have comprehend languages. I do have comprehend languages.
What does the spell say?
It is an action. For the duration, you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that you hear.
Yeah.
Wait, no. You also understand any written language that you see.
I'll say...
It says you must be touching the surface of the words that are written. If I'm touching her hands, if she's signing into my hand, can I understand what she's saying?
I'll let it happen. I'll it's a creative use of a spell. I'll let it happen. What's happening with you two in the meantime?
Gustavo would like to try using the supplies from his weaver's tools. It's rather unconventional. He's going to try to provide some stitches for Dimitri.
What do you say as you approach this very injured man who has fallen in the mud?
Alright, Chekhov, support him for a minute.
What are you doing? Hey!
Grab him with the
Dimitri, Dimitri, you are currently in no shape to be this active. Katya is seeing to Anastasia, so we will see to you. I'm going to get those wounds clean and try to stitch them shut. It's going to suck, but it has to happen. And he takes out his dingle thread.
1 second.
By the way, Katya did tell you
Okay,
the box
go.
was for him.
he just okay, go.
Am I getting flashbacks from seeing this?
Not yet.
Gustavo,
Oh.
Cleans the wounds out first, getting all the mud and whatever other grime is out as best he can, and like dabbing it at the clean portions of his cloak. Like sometimes he'll take some excess material out and like bind them to some of the other wounds that he isn't confident stitching shut.
Mm-hmm.
Like some makeshift bandages for those, but for the smaller ones, he's like just a neat stitch.
I will say, are you proficient in medicine?
I have a +4. I'm not proficient in medicine.
I will allow you to make a skilled dexterity check.
Alright.
No advantage, no disadvantage. Just that.
If it's skilled, that means you get your proficiency bonus and your dex bonus.
Yeah, like if you have a +4 but you're not proficient in medicine, that's still well above average. I'll let it happen.
Yeah.
I want to treat this.
You can
like
basically
a
roll any proficient dex skill you have, and that would be the same thing.
Alright. 16.
Okay. He does want to get better, and like you're almost scared. Like if you pushed a needle through this guy into this guy, it'd go right through his arm. Like he's not remarkable. He's not all that handsome. He's not that strong. And you do manage and you manage to clean up the best of his wounds and get him at least in traveling shape. Like in an ideal world, he wouldn't be going anywhere for a week at least. But it doesn't seem like they have much of a choice.
Yeah.
Check out. This whole time, as you've been holding, you feel your fingers starting to shake. You feel like you're standing on the edge of a precipice. Like the last thing you want to do is be in this stench of blood a moment longer. You're behind someone. You have to get out. You have to leave. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. And you feel yourself start to say that in your head, and then it comes out of your mouth. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming.
He's coming. He's coming. He's coming.
This is what you hear.
I'm going to say that because of the way Gustavo's mask is set up, it would be really hard to see if his pupils go towards Chekhov, because the pupils aren't really that visible. There is a pause, though, as he hears that, and then he resumes the stitching.
So you do nothing.
He says, Chekhov, everything all right?
I don't know.
Not that I needed it, but nat 20. Damn.
I feel alright. Am I not alright?
I'm not there. He's coming. He's coming.
Someone is coming.
Inside.
Me.
You press your hands lightly around Irina's hands, because that is her name. You heard her name shouted.
I did a little spell. So just slow down a little bit. Just slow down, slow down.
And you are able to discern they came in the night. They killed our father too long ago. He's still here. Daylight doesn't stop him. You have to. And then you feel.
Oh, shit. Oh, no.
This lovely little piece of meat.
Fuck you. Fuck you with that. Fuck you with that. Fuck you with that. Fuck you with that so fucking hard.
I'm sure that Mike didn't pick that up.
Thank God, because that was absolutely She grabbed me and whispered in my ear, and I'm not okay with that.
Yeah, it was pretty audible.
Ice cold hands wrap around your shoulders, pinkies to rings to middles to pointers to thumbs, digging into the back of your neck as something pulls you back and whispers in your ear, "Oh, it's a lovely piece of meat." How many hit points do you have?
I have 11.
Okay. What's your AC?
16.
Cool. Oh wait, you're surprised. You're not. It's not bad. Definitely magic. There he is. You are instantly grappled, and
It's okay. I'm gonna survive. Because I have a thing.
I need 4d6.
Are you gonna have mine?
Oh, I have them.
Oh.
I have them. Okay. You said there are 13 hit points?
I have 11.
11. Okay.
But I also have a reaction I can take.
Okay. What is this reaction?
I'm going to say it out loud because it's fun, and you guys actually aren't there, so you guys aren't going to witness it. Wolf's Endurance. Once per short or long rest, I can use a reaction to roll a d12 plus my Constitution modifier to negate damage from a hit, and this was an attack.
Do it.
Oh, that's so good! Thank you! Fucking thank you. I ripped for free my con mod.
This is cool.
Give. Main sheet.
You get a secret. You get a secret.
Yeah. I literally got 11. I got my hit point number.
Okay. So instead of 19 points of necrotic damage, you take
8.
8 points of necrotic damage, and your hit point maximum is reduced by 8.
Fuck.
As needle-like fangs sink into your neck and drag you back. Your vision flickers like dark red as you see Irina reach out for you with like her mouth open in a silent scream, and then you feel something like behind you, and
I was wondering if that would happen.
yeah. And something dark steps back behind you. This little girl has friends. I need you to roll initiative. You. Because you rolled a nat 20 for stealth, and you are too far away. So really, I just
Can
need
I
to
scream? Can I have at least have screamed
Absolutely,
from the pain?
you can. Yeah.
Okay, y'all heard, as he was biting me, you heard a blood-curdling scream that ends in a howl. That doesn't sound human.
Can we at least roll initiative so we can like
Absolutely.
go down the things and
Yes.
see if we can run or anything?
All right.
Ooh. That's, I guess it's not that bad. I forgot I had a +4 to my initiative. I thought I had a 1, so this is better. It's 11 plus 4, so I got a 15 for my
Okay.
initiative.
I am sitting at a 9.
And I got an 11.
Ooh. Fun. Gonna be alone for a bit.
Check
Ow.
off, and
Shit. Please tell me I
Toss.
had. Oh, I
and
did.
I am throwing Irina into the mix because
What did she get?
Ma'am! Chill!
how did she roll higher than all of you?
Let's go! Oh yeah, what's her bonus?
It's +2.
Nice! She got Go, Irina.
I'll have what was I believe for him? It's 2. It's about right. Okay. As you haven't quite seen the thing that is behind you, but
Started talking, so I know it's a person.
this girl behind you breaks off a table leg and runs at the thing behind you and attempts to do something.
Go, Irina, go! Hey, she's trying.
So she has to do it at disadvantage because she's blind. Well, it's a nat 20 for 1.
Oh, let's go, Irina, let's go!
What's the second one? That's 2.
Oh, damn. That would have been so cool.
A white hand, ivory, white, cold as death, snatches her wrist and yanks her in. And that is her turn. And he is going to use a legendary action. Yeah. You hear, like, the crunch of teeth biting into an unripe peach behind you.
Well, I just got bit, so I'm kind of guessing.
But he isn't trying to kill her. Let's go ahead and roll this one. He's definitely gonna knock her unconscious, but he's not trying to kill her. Let's see if he gets there. Yeah, he gets there. Kind of trembles and falls unconscious in your periphery. And you just smell fresh blood and you hear something licking its lips. It's Irina. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Fucking ow. I'm like rolling to my feet. You said he threw me, so I'm assuming I'm...
It's more of a flavor that he threw you.
Oh, then I'm... Okay.
You are within 5 feet. You just haven't turned the look
She fell
at
unconscious?
Irina has.
DM,
Yes.
would I be wasting a spell? We've done this before, where it's like we allowed this kind of question because it's not fair to waste spells.
Yeah.
Would I be wasting a spell to cast Healing Word on her?
Not necessarily, but I think in the moment you have half an inkling of what is going on. And I think that is enough for you to realize that if you were to do that, unaccompanied by any words, it might spell death. For who? Not sure.
It just feels like a bad idea.
It feels like if you're going to restore her, you need to say something.
I need to say something.
To him. There's got to be some kind of appeal to the power in the room. So you can do that. I would just advise you feel like if you were to do that, what happens after?
I want to go under the hope that you guys are running here and I'm going to do a bonus action to cast Expeditious Retreat on myself.
Oh, okay.
So that I can fucking move.
What level spell is that?
To 1.
Okay, counterspell.
Okay. Cantrip instead, because it's an action. Because Expeditious Retreat was a bonus action.
Sure thing.
I instead, feeling that, I just kind of glare and I cast Mage Ward on myself instead.
Okay. What does that look like?
I feel like what he sees is she feels that ability to move interrupted, and she reaches up and brushes her fingers across her gold coin earring, and the gold like follows the fingers, almost like it's time smearing. There's a gold dust collected now on her fingers, which were normally a bright colored blood red. They're now gold. and now there's like a shimmering gold aura that just settles around her entire body. I've created a protective ward around myself that strikes at those who attack me.
Cool.
The first time a creature hits me with an attack before the start of my next turn will take 1d10 force damage or pushed away from you.
That's neat. I like that a lot. I'm gonna roll Arcana to see if he recognizes that. It's not a high DC, but he could roll that one.
And it's a very I feel like it's specific magic because it is technically.
It's a 19. So I think you just hear, and you all hear, even from a distance. Tricky little mage. And you turn.
I'm not the mage. I'm a merchant. Fuck you. Ow. She's just complaining, and it's very clear she's not actually it's not even directed at him, this insult. It's fuck everything, because ow, that hurt. It's just fuck the gods and everything in general. Ow. That is her, and she's turning to look at who the fuck attacked her.
You turn, and you see on the ground, no, not on the ground, perched on the edge of the burgomaster's coffin, with one leg crossed over the other, and Irina unconscious in his arms, draped with her chin tipped back like a lover, sitting there, staring at you with crimson eyes, a creature white as death, with dark, inky black hair that spills over his shoulders and a fur mantle over one.
I feel like in that moment, she's suddenly hearing her uncle's voice in the back of her mind. The story. The single sentence.
When he leaned in to whisper the name of the devil himself, and that name comes back to you, I think it comes out of your mouth.
She can't even help but point a little bit. Her fingernails still glowing gold from the spell. Strahd van Servage.
Bingo. And you both arrive. And this is the display that you see.
My throat ripped up a display. I'm a mess. I am a mess. I have 3 hit points. I'm barely conscious. I'm swaying on my feet.
Well, it seems to me that I have a couple of playthings.
You know, that's not fair. She's pointing at Irina. She's literally blind and mute.
I could make her see again. I could make these pretty lips.
That is so uncomfy. And she gestures to you two as you're running into them. She's don't you? That's not the problem. Lack of consent. Consent is important. She is drunk from lack of blood. She is swaying. Her face is pale. Y'all can see the weird gold glitter that's hanging off of her from something.
Okay,
She's
so I see
bleeding.
that. Do we see, the devil himself?
Yes, we do. You do.
Sitting on a coffin, holding.
Whose turn is it?
It is his turn.
Great. Great.
And I think he is going to regard all of you, clock you, look you over, you. He drops Irina like a sack of potatoes that kind of just sprawls on the ground, gets up.
Cursing in Vistani.
Oh gosh.
Oh, your turn. Your turn for the creepy.
Here, I thought you were defunct.
I should have, by the way, I could draw 2 to 2.
Oh, there's probably blood on his mouth. All over
yeah.
his mouth.
Pulled a sword and shield out immediately, ready to fight.
Really? You're going to fight me, your own creator. Do you look like you're still gonna fight him?
Yeah, I'm totally gonna fight.
Alright, he's gonna take an attack on you.
Because he's chewing the scene and...
He hurt the person that named you.
Does a 19 hit you?
It does.
Okay. And it's just gonna be
Oh, wait, yeah, it does.
an unarmed attack. I need a D8 from somebody. Oh, no, no, that's a D6. I got an D8.
Oh, you do have a D8? Okay.
What's your hit point, Maximum?
Oh, shit.
It's 13.
Okay. You said 15?
1-3.
13.
He deals 21 points of damage to you.
Oh, shit.
Oh dear.
You're down.
How much
With a gush of dark brown ichor that just spatters across the ground and disrespectfully across the corpse in the coffin. You are unconscious with one blow.
How many damage did you do?
21. He's got a
Okay.
total of
It
13. He's not dead immediately.
It didn't double.
No.
It wasn't double.
Wasn't a...
That was very
I
close though.
required 26.
You required 26.
Yep. And just turns to you. Awesome. And what about you, huh? Are you gonna be brave? And it is your turn.
Clutching. I'm gonna clutch my neck just for flavor.
Yeah.
No healing potions.
I haven't gotten around to making those yet.
A single cantrip.
You almost didn't get the chance to
Right
live
there.
without Wolves
That
Endurance.
without
that
Wolves
would
Endurance,
murder you.
I would have been dead.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm prepared. I'm prepared to
Good
die.
job. Good job.
I'm prepared, but still, I'm doing a fighting chance.
What you doing?
Thumbing the sending stone out of sight.
Okay.
You really have nothing better to do than to come down here harassing the townsfolk and trying to take that poor girl as one of your own? Give her the times. Child brides went out of fashion in 1907.
I love that.
So you're gonna be brave. Is that the end of your turn?
Can you do a thing?
It would be ill-advised, but we're dropping endgame boss on us at hour 2.
Hey,
So
yeah, no,
That's how this
character is written in the module.
This is
you
how-
drop him throughout the module, and he fucks with you.
This is him fucking with us.
Yeah.
So,
Fun.
If he kills you on accident,
It was an accident.
it was an accident.
Which almost happened to moi.
Yeah.
Although I love that he had to throw my blood back up. That was wonderful.
I was like, it's the only thing that could happen.
rapier.
Right?
Are you going to attack or just defend? What are you doing?
I'm sure you're going to throw this in my face somehow.
Roll your damage.
What is
For
it?
those of you listening, I rolled a 25.
Oh!
A critical hit.
Oh!
You rolled a crit.
You
on the
rolled a
in-game
crit.
boss.
Holy shit.
It's quite impressive.
Goodbye, Gus. This is not going to end well.
Double the dice roll.
Double the
For
damage
damage
dice,
roll?
not the modifier.
Double the damage dice. Okay.
Double the damage dice plus your mod, but not double mod.
Alright.
Oh my god.
Alright, so the rapier's a d8. Rolled an 8.
Okay.
So that's
That's 16.
Plus 3.
So 19 in a hit. Ow.
So I'm just gonna say there's a...
Describe this to me.
Describe your character's
Describe
last
this
moment.
to me. I want to
okay.
know what you do.
So as Strahd says, so you're going to be brave. Strahd sees a twitch in his mask,
Okay.
and he suddenly looks down. He didn't see Gustavo draw his rapier. He notices whatever color his blood is on the tip of that sword, and he feels it running down his cheekbone.
Oh! I did something like that with the animatic. Oh no.
Okay, and that is the end of your turn.
Yes.
Okay. Legendary action, unarmed attack. It's terrible. It's a 5. Does a 14 hit you?
A 14 just hits me.
Okay.
Damn. Wish that had been me.
Like he's getting just what he needs to hit us, not even over.
I had a 16 AC.
Mine was 19.
Damn.
He got exactly 19.
Damn.
What's your hit point maximum?
Oh shit.
8.
8!
What?
Fuck!
I'm a rogue. It's an 8.
Yeah.
Oh
How
no.
much damage?
Here's the thing.
It's double, isn't it?
He deals 18 points of slashing and necrotic damage in retaliation.
Goodbye, Gus.
You have paid for a critical hit against the boss at level 1 with your life.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
That's something to brag about, though.
Like to give people one last action before they die. You cannot save yourself. You're finished. What does Gustavo do in his last moments?
He claws at it. Does he claw at Goss
Yes.
as his attack?
Hooks into the side of your neck and tears your entire throat out, splaying it onto the floor.
Alright. Goss stumbles and then catches himself heavily on one foot. Glares at Strahd for a moment. And then begins discarding his clothes.
Alright.
Finishing with the remains of his cloth mask and his leather cap.
You weren't gonna let yourself die without telling us, were you?
Nah.
Well, I mean, I'm unconscious, so I'm not going to know this. But
Well, Katya will.
Katya,
Yes.
you see the rough, very spindly shape of a humanoid. 2 arms, 2 legs, 1 head. 8 eyes. 6 of them much smaller and kind of hanging like eyebrows. Very vibrant blue and red fur patterning all over the body. Very furry hands with black claws at the end of the thumb and 3 fingers. 2 clawed feet. And a jaw that at first moves in a very human fashion up and down, but then flares out to the side, splitting in 2.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
As Gustavo,
Or
aka Gossamer Threads Under the Moon,
Oh, God.
and Aranea, which is a homebrew spider race,
Yep.
declares, "The keepers of the feather won't fall with me." And with the concentration maintaining his humanoid form diminishing, the form of a giant spider
Ooh, okay.
makes a bite attack on Strahd.
Do it. Do it. Have advantage. This is your dying blow. Have advantage.
Come on. Do you want a real die?
It's a draining bite too.
Go for it.
All right. Oh, if he's undead, it won't work.
Yeah, well,
Still fun.
it's still
Does an 18 hit?
18 hits.
All right, 18. Maximum 4 piercing damage as very large spider fangs. You know what? Eyes. Going for Strahd's eyes.
So just in the face.
I am head biting Strahd as my final action.
Your head biting.
Absolutely.
And
With your large
And,
arms.
and as the spider body constricts in its death throes, and they wrap around Strahd,
As you push at
crushing
him
it as best I
and
can.
sink your fangs into his eyes, he's more startled than anything, and you bear back on him with such force that you send him through the parlor window and into the cold, foggy, gray sunlight, which he grabs you, crushes your outer cartilage, and rips you off of his face. You do not live to see his eyeballs regenerate, but you did.
Okay, why he went out the window?
Yes, he stepped. It's not an upstairs, it's like ground floor, so he hit in the grass. Pulls out and grimaces at the sunlight, which has no effect on him in Barovia, and he turns his eyes, which are like half masticated, really, and are slowly stitching themselves back together. He lands eyes on Irina, and then looks to the sending stone around your neck and goes, "Lovely present." And he turns into a cloud of bats, taking and dissolving your body along with it, and goes up into the sky. Make that save for me.
Are we still in initiative?
Chekhov was next in combat.
Oh.
I'm rolling at 11.
That's a pass. Then Dimitri Ismark comes running in, sees the actual carnage before him. There is something in him that deflates in the fact that he was not fast enough to do anything in the death parlor of his own father. And he runs over to you and is going to attempt to stabilize you.
How was I put down, by the way? Was it like a claw? Was it a punch through the chest?
It was, he sunk his claws into, like, what is your collarbone, and then he kind of changed his angle to be more serrated with the nails, and just dug in and curved along the edge of the musculature. So your pectorals were separated, and then it went out one side of your abs.
Oh.
The thing is, you don't feel any pain. You're just stunned and you can't move. And you can't register anything behind your eyes. Your eyes are flickering and white. You're seeing two different perspectives, suddenly. One is staring up at a cold stone ceiling. The other one is staring up at the sky. The same face that you just saw leans over both of them, goes with the strange resonation of the same voice saying the same thing at two separate times. I have a project you might have fun being a part of.
Oh boy.
Oh, you're remembering a death.
And he's going to roll medicine. What's his bonus? That's an 8. What's his bonus?
It's a something.
It's a something. Oh, wait, move it. He's back here. Huh. Okay. Oh, he has +2, so 10. Makes her.
Oh, yeah.
I'm stable.
You're stable.
You're stable.
I'm stable.
Turn that all the way down. I'm not hearing it anymore.
Did you
Is
reach
it
the end of
battery?
your playlist?
Huh?
Did you reach the end of your playlist?
No, it's still going.
Is it battery operated?
It's plugged in.
Still got a light on.
Oh well. Let's switch to.
Oh, I'm now hearing something.
Guess it was just a quiet soundtrack. So he manages to stabilize you. Just holding his hands over your wounds and looking down at you, haunted and scared. But he manages to close the right veins and you stabilize. And he looks over at you, shaking.
Are we still initiative?
I would say it is safe to say that since you are stable, we are at initiative.
I stumble over to Irina because you said she was unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to try to wake her up.
Sure. Make a medicine check. On a 10,
Efficient.
on a 10 you stabilize her. On a 15, she'll be able to regain consciousness.
Yeah. That's literally 11 plus 4, 15.
Okay. You shake her awake, and her head lolls, and she one eye opens before the other, and she paws at you and is just faintly signing. And for the sake of it, your comprehend language is still active.
It lasts 10 minutes, so yeah.
Yeah. And it's just the faintest of, "Are you okay?" He's only ever tried to bite me before.
Oh, Irina, I'm fine. Let's just say my blood didn't agree with him.
Faintest? What do you mean?
I guess he's not a dog person, let's put it that way.
There is a moment of where she stiffens a little bit.
Oh, no, I'm not, I'm an outsider of the den. I'm a wolf's bane taker. I'm not. I have my mind. Always.
Her hand, which is drenched in her own blood, just pats the side of your face and is just trying to hold you there. And then she reaches out with her other hand, like she's trying to find someone else.
Oh, your brother is here. Your brother's here. He's fine. I kind of help her up so she can limp over, and we come over to her brother who's crouched over you, and I kind of sit her next to her brother.
She grabs him and squeezes him tight and holds
Which
him
is a struggle
close.
because I have a negative 1 strength.
Yeah. And he's holding her, and they were both terrible.
Yeah.
She mechanically doesn't even have 1 hit point. She is clinging to consciousness with a tenacity that rivals anyone. And he's just holding her and looking so disappointed in himself. And he just looks at you. Well, now you know the truth.
Yeah.
Sorry about your friend.
Me too. Didn't really get to know him very long. Kind of wish I did. He was kind of cool looking at the end. Ow.
Only a long, only a full sleep will probably get rid of that.
I can make potions. Wagon. We should get to my wagon.
He looks hesitant to say it, but eventually he does. And he just says, "He will be busy with your friend's body for for at least 3 days. We should.
I have decent intelligence. Can I put 2 and 2 together? Because of the way he talks to him.
Yeah. Yeah, you can make that
I
assumption.
kind of like, oh, poor Gus. Okay. I go over to Chekhov. You said he's stable, but he's not awake. Or is he awake? Are you
You're
awake?
stable. You're not awake.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm in a death state. I am technically unconscious.
you are in, for flavor, you're in a sleep paralysis where all you can see is that face in your 2 different eyes at 2 different points in time.
Is
And
that
the
the same-
same level of righteous fury, disgust, and fear rising like bile.
Can I do a medicine check to try to wake him up?
Sure. 15 to wake him up with it.
Just so you can
By the way,
hopefully
just-
walk on your own legs.
To clarify, I'm letting this happen because it's outside of combat. In combat, you need to regain mechanical hit points.
Yes, I am. That's why I was asking. 18.
Okay. Coming out of that state of paralysis is jarring, but you slowly like flicker back from white to back to white, and you're back, and your body just is having a hard time understanding what just happened. You don't feel pain, but you feel the numbness of severed nerves, and that's a little unnerving.
You wake up to.
Don't break glass!
You wake up to Katya, bent over your body, muttering in Vistani, and she's using the spare cloth from all the wrappings that you left behind to bind your pieces like back, like trying to hold everything back
Like a
together.
vice.
As you pick up the wrappings, something small kind of tumbles out. You see a small, oddly shaped stone on a rope.
I pick it up. Can
Arcana.
Ooh, that's a natural 19 plus 2.
21. That's sending stone. And as you look at it, there's a sad croak on the broken window. And the large raven that you saw from earlier is sitting on the window with a tiny message attached to its feet.
I come over. Matthew? He's. I'm sorry.
Don't do that. That's making me
It's
sad.
making me sad.
It's
Does he?
almost like he's trying to say where.
He's gone. I'm so sorry. You can. No. She's good with animals. So I feel like she kind of like puts the back of her hand gently against like the side of its head in comfort. Do you want me to take it?
He takes a small step back and he flaps his wings and he takes off because you are not a member of the order and he can't give it to you.
It's going to be a sign enough that he's returning with a sent message.
Yeah.
I'm holding on to the stone. Do I know if the sending stone works? Is this a sending stone that works with anyone you know, or is this a sending stone specific to like someone that's attuned to it?
With a 22, it's specific.
So this was good. This connects to a specific person.
Yes. This is one of a set. The other person that has it is the one that is able to respond.
I wrap my fingers around the stone. and I'm going to try to use it.
It goes through. What do you say?
I don't know who you are, but if you were friends of Gustav, I'm afraid he's gone. The Count. The Count. I am sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry over and over until there's no left words for something.
You get a reply back. And because the spell sending specifies that you know who it is if they've met you, you recognize in the back of your little baby brain the voice of an old bartender that gave you a juice when you were 6 years old, awakened by magic across decades. You recognize the voice that you magically know is Erwin Martikov. I'll tell you how it's spelled later. And he says, he was one of our best. Come to the Blue Water Inn in Villaki. If you are willing, perhaps we can find a use for each other. And we move back, away through the broken window and the pool of the blood of the, what was it? Arachne?
Arania.
The blood of the Urania. The first Urania that has ever spilled the blood of the devil himself. But we rise up through the clouds and we see the silhouette of the dark Castle Ravenloft and hear a spiteful laugh echo out across the valley. But this is not the last we will see of Strahd von Zarovich.
Fuck you.
And that's roll call for tonight.
Alright, fun campaign, guys. I'll see you guys. Best of luck.
This is why I asked you to make backups.
I'm just imagining like Ortega is just getting like a message and a notification. He's like, we've lost one of our best.
Yeah.
Just somewhere in the Spider-Verse.
So this is a sending stone to who?
Erwin Martikov.
What is the canon event?
Erwin.
You are W.
Oh, you are.
Yeah, it's
W.
you.
You are W.
I-N.
His village
Space
got
M.
fogged.
A-R.
The fog from Barovia swept
T.
over his village. And
I.
he went to go
K.
figure out what's what.
M-A-R-T-I.
K-O-V.
K-O-V.
He also lost 4 of his siblings.
How
So, he's
Okay.
he's one of like
I put that
9
around my wrist.
children.
All
I'm
right.
sorry, what? What spider?
So,
Yeah, spider.
yeah, spider.
Right?
He's been wanting to play. I'm so glad you at least got to play one session.
Sorry, it's just like this is what
If-
I love being a
If
rogue,
it
but
means,
squishy.
if it happened because I got a critical hit on
That was the coolest fucking way to die.
I am
So
so fine with it.
And,
so
and
badass.
you hit on your last death action attack.
bit
as a
out
giant
his
spider.
eyes.
That was cool.
That was so awesome.
was so epic.
That was so great. And now I'm really looking forward to your next boy.
Gossamer Threads Under the Moon will return in a completely different continuity.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
I've been wanting to play that character in Pathfinder
Yeah, the
in
races
a
of
much
Pathfinder
different
race.
way
Yeah.
than I did here.
Yeah.
Well, did you guys have fun?
Yes.
That's a lot of fun.
Yay!
That was so much fun, even though we lost. This was why we have backup characters.
This is why I asked
We were
for
all
that.
ready. We were
Yeah.
all prepared.
I was like, yeah, this is. Here's the thing. It's not technically in the module for Strahd to show up here, but it was only appropriate for him to show up here.
The book says whenever you feel is appropriate.
Yeah, and
it made sense.
And
it
like,
made sense.
she's vulnerable. You guys weren't expecting. He rolled a nat 20 on stealth. You
were
survived a bite attack. He was like, ooh, what do we have here?
Oh my gosh, she actually, I did not do this on purpose, but she actually physically looks the part, doesn't she? She's got the long auburn hair.
Yeah, she does.
So she fits the part. But yeah,
So you better be careful that Irina survives, because this fixation might turn out to you.
I'm curious as to the reason.
well, that would be how that character is gone from the
Is the
campaign.
recording stopped, by the way?
No, not yet.
Okay. I'm curious as to the reason why you made her blind and mute.
Because the original Irina is both hilariously and irritatingly naive, and I've seen DMs play her overly capable, and I've seen her be played incredibly annoyingly naive, and I don't like either of those. And I wanted to implement the idea that Irina needs protecting. But the problem,
Like she's actually genuinely helpless.
the problem with making a character that is beloved and yet needs protection is making a character that is fundamentally weaker physically than anyone around her, but having the soul to continue forward.
Yeah, she literally tried to hit him with a freaking chair leg. She
She tried to stake him. That was her first attempt in combat, even though she was rolling with disadvantage, and she was hilariously outmatched.
Mm-hmm.
This is the recipe for a character that you guys want to protect and get to know. And it takes effort to get to know someone like this, who is going to be naive about the world around her and has trouble communicating and has a brother who has a super shitty charisma score. And I reworked her ability to make her a character that you love and want to protect.
Yeah.
Because the whole emotional real estate of this module stems from you wanting to protect Irina from the big bad guy.
Yeah.
And I have not yet seen a campaign that has successfully done that. It's always had to default to your hatred for Strahd being over everything else. And I wanted to be
This
able
actually
to go
worked
back to
because
there.
for Katya, it was the matter of the fact that she's blind and mute. She can't consent. That was just fucked up.
Yeah.
Especially the way he was holding her after the
Yeah.
fact. It was so yeah, it worked. It works for Katya. It works for because it definitely works for a girl. That kind of reading. Just so you would know, because this is going to involve your boy. Katya's going to demand some of the shipment as payment for it, actually, because clearly they're not going to be able to pay for these merchandises because it was from their father. But she's going to give everything to them, the cloak and the weapons, but she's going to request for one of those pistols and 10 of the bullets for you to use.
They have a family vault, they can pay for them, but the realistic application of you're able to wield these better than I can, you can use them, I'm just gonna, use these.
Yeah, we're gonna figure it out when we get back in. I mean,
Yeah.
just be reasonable in the fact of you're dying, I'm near death. Everyone else is in a pretty fucked up situation.
Well, no, everyone's going back into the wagon, and she's making potions. I actually can't make health potions.
That's gonna be interesting to see how Chekhov actually heals.
Hey, you're made with a combination of magic, and it is a magic potion.
What does it look like? It's gotta be fucking creepy and disgusting.
It's gonna be so fun for you to describe.
Oh, I'm gonna love it.
I love that.
We'll figure out another fun character for you to play. If your character was going to die in session 1, I'm glad it was like this.
That was
I'm honestly
epic.
envious. That's you've outdone
Yeah.
done in my opinion.
I know this might sound weird, but I'm glad you're the one who died and not Katya, because that would have been so pathetic the way Katya died. But yours was such an epic, it's an amazing story now. That's cool.
If Katya died, I would have been like, no, we should have a whole TPK right now.
We would have TPK'd if Katya died, probably.
I would have voluntarily gone to.
I had plans.
But either way, it's like
I would have been fine.
it's Gustavo. I'm now filled with I know I don't sound like it, but I am filled with a burning vengeance that I must achieve. Not like the most intense one that I've had for any D&D character, but I feel like I have to do that character justice because he was so cool.
He was so good. Oh, I'm sad.
I love that character. I can't wait to see him in a Starfighter game.
Are we still level
When we do Pathfinder, it's one that I really want to play.
Level 1?
His characterization,
I'm pretty
much completely flipped.
I'm pretty sure you guys. I'll double check. I'm sure that you guys leveled up to 2. I think you're close to 3. I sped you through a lot of like interactions, but let's be honest, the fun stuff starts at level 3.
Yeah.
You definitely leveled up to level 2. I will double check on the module and.
Like, you actually start feeling like you're playing the game when you actually get on the road, because once you hit the road, you're actually going to start rolling on that random encounter table.
Oh,
And that's when, like,
boy.
that's when the module takes over.
Yeah.
And
level up.
yeah, so you guys think?
The funny thing is we haven't even seen everything that Barovia actually has to offer.
No, you just got here.
Well, yeah, no, it's just because I've gone through the module before, and I'm like, the module wants to rush you out of Barovia almost as soon as you get in there, and it's like, but there's a bunch of other stuff in here.
There is a bunch of other stuff, and you will, like, it's one of the reasons why I was like, hey, Strahd's gonna be in the lab with this weird spider monster for a couple of days. We're okay to stick around, finish some quests, and then go. Like, there's at least that.
Yeah, we have to figure out what the tarot means too. That's a big thing.
Yeah, I will.
Looking forward to meeting. I really want that RP quality with Madame Ava
Oh
because
gosh, I want to get to that Vistani camp.
I want to know what that's like
bad.
with Katya
It's
approaching
pretty
her.
close.
I'm getting flashbacks to our one-on-one.
Yeah.
Well, I want. Well, the reason I want it is I kind of want to do another drawing with Madame Ava's guidance for Katya. Like, I want Katya to do it, but I want Madame Ava to guide her.
Listen, if you deliberately seek out a master of the Taraka deck, I'll be more explicit on what which card means.
Yeah, that's what I kind of want to do. I want to
Yeah.
see. I feel like I want Katya to be able to tap into more of her, the matron of her family.
Honestly, I was
which will be
thinking,
fun,
like,
so.
as just out of my brain, like, if you wanted to do redraws, I'd be like, every time you do a redraw, you can, like, what is it? You get to keep 4 out of the 5 cards when you do the redraw at maximum. Every time you do a redraw, that maximum goes down until you can't, like, do it anymore. That was like my brain thought was.
It's a little overcomplicated, but hopefully there won't be a desire to redraw once you do your redraw.
But I do like the effect of after doing the redraw with Madame Ava, if for some reason one of the cards we really want to be different, I like the fact that I can mentally hurt myself to try to make it work.
Yeah,
I like that element. It's very intriguing, and it applies to her.
I do personally, though, want to keep. I do like the flavor text of keeping it vague, though. I like trying to figure that out.
I'm not going to tell you exactly the location of places or where they are. I'm just going to say, like, number 4, which is this card right here, means like the location of one of the artifacts, or the location of this artifact, the location of that artifact.
Okay.
This card means the location of Strahd's final battle. This one is the location of no, not the location, but like this one is Strahd's greatest enemy, you know, and it's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that.
I do have a tiny request for the DM. You can say no. You're totally allowed to say no, and it's totally okay. But considering I did draw it in my first go, it'd be very interesting and very thematic if that one card keeps coming up no matter what she draws, if that beast card keeps coming up.
what? Oh,
Considering it's the thematic of it.
I am going to kindly say no.
Okay.
Because you're giving up fate to redraw a card.
Yeah, true.
I will say if you want to keep that card where it is, you can inflict those levels of exhaustion on yourself if you want to. If you want to keep that card specifically, but you have to declare it before the card is drawn.
Also,
Like, I want to keep this I want to keep the beast card, and I want to put it in this position. It's like, okay, you're going to take between one
I
and three.
personally am like, I kind of don't want to have a redraw because I think a lot of the cards that you pulled are like, oh damn, that's pretty spot on perfect for what this whole group's doing.
Mm.
Also, I'm very partial to the fact that card 5 is dungeon, and I'm like, you know what I mean.
I want the
Unfortunately, it's not quite that one.
Oh, is it not that one?
It's
thought
close, but it's not exactly the one that I would have wanted. It's not the thematic one.
And I'll be honest,
close.
I didn't resonate with any of the cards except for one. I only resonated personally, RP-wise, I resonated with
The beast.
the beast. I think I am going to want to do the redraw, but I'm going to tell you that I will hurt myself to keep the one card, but thematically, it's like she can't draw anything but that card. Like,
Okay.
just for the theme of it. But
Sure.
I will hurt myself for it. Like, I'll do the mechanics.
It's
Yeah.
like, I want to keep this plot point. Yeah, sure.
I want to keep the one
that's-
plot point.
That's fine, but
I'll hurt myself for it.
I
but-
will mechanically demand that cost when
It's
it comes to it.
Yeah, and it's gonna hurt, but if we plan this accurately to be right before a long rest, it'll be okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, I am going to call it there because that is almost 3 hours on the dot for part 2. So,
It was fun.
very fun. See you next time.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.